So I think we have a chance now to bring technology to solve societal level problems and bring about transformation.
If identified and used technology properly, technology can be a catalyst, can be an enabler, and if we ensure that people at the last mile are digitally literate, that's the first way of breaking the barrier and making sure technology is accessible.
Typically in India, if you look at it, anybody who graduates, right, he is looking out for a job. And we wanted to kind of break that myth, right? When you are coming out of a college, job should not be only your single view of looking outside. With that thought process, we took social sector problems and technology and innovation, combined that whole piece, where we are very proud of seeing student startups coming out and kind of solving the social problems.
Rahi क्यों शुरू किया, right? So it's a very personal story for me. I was in a metro station and Rajiv Chowk आने वाला था, and I just felt like यार कुछ समझ में नहीं आ रहा है, and you know, my world is like crashing down. I just don't know what's happening, and I was just there. I just sat down, and my friends are like, "What's happening, dude? What is it?" I was like, मुझे नहीं पता यार, I just don't feel comfortable. One of my seniors, she was around and she's like, Shataja yaar, these are the symptoms of panic attack. And at that time in my college, we didn't have like a mental health professional, and it was in 2018. There was a lot of stigma around mental health. Like, what is it? Oh my God, seriously? People were gossiping around me. I could see it, and I could see that something was wrong. I felt more ashamed to ask for help.
There are two types of India. One is the rural, one is the urban. And urban has a lot of resources, there is good infrastructure, and if we go to the rural part, there are no proper resources, like there is no proper road connectivity, like electricity connectivity. So what is happening, either people are sending their kids 20 kilometers away to cities just to get quality education, or the complete family is migrating to a urban setup. So CoGrad is just bridging down that gap, the rural versus urban, by providing quality education at the rural setups.
Back when I was in 4th grade, we got a recent transfer of students who were visually impaired. So my entire schooling, I spent time with 4 visually impaired classmates. The original idea came from that. So of course we became friends with them. I became really good friends with them. So there was always a burning fire in me to create something. And I thought that why not let's create something to better their life.
6th grade summer, that's when I started playing basketball and I started taking it seriously. And then so 7th I started playing tournaments, you know, for the school, and then I joined a club in the city and I played my first state championship in 7th grade. I joined the academy after 8th. So 8th I left school, I left my family and I moved to Delhi. I was there in Delhi for 4 years. Coming back from the academy back home to Bangalore, with a lot of experience on what, you know, professional coaching is, and you know how players are trained and made into professionals, which was, you know, lacking in the grassroots level.
Social entrepreneurship is an extremely important part for the development of any country, and research has shown that that is indeed the case. So one is the awareness. The second is a movement that essentially brings all the players in the ecosystem to come together to really give a strong fillip to social entrepreneurship, right? And that could be the university, that could be something like the NASSCOM Foundation saying it's critical for us to bring that element in, for industries to support some of those things.
We tried to recognize what are the entry barriers in the employment sector for visually impaired. And when I'm talking about employment, I'm talking about computer-based jobs. Because the world is moving online, why should visually impaired be lagging behind?
My idea is simple. I just want to build a safe space which is accessible, affordable by anyone. You can be anywhere and you can just, you know, seek solution. Like you want to talk to someone and you know you need a professional, you just go, you click on that solution and you find a help. So that is how we started, you know, that is how we started building the solution, which now is Rahi, a platform, an app to help people.
कोग्रेड ने पिछले 5 साल में 25,000 से ज़्यादा बच्चों को इम्पैक्ट किया है इन 70+ डिस्ट्रिक्ट्स, और कई सारे बच्चे और कई सारे पेरेंट्स हमको इस बात का बहुत थैंक्स करते हैं क्योंकि हम लोगों ने एजुकेशन उनके गांव तक पहुंचाई.
The initial idea that we had was, to get that international level experience, the professionalism, of coaching at an affordable rate, to every athlete or aspiring athlete, in India. That is the idea that we came up with. And, our college, PS University, we have an incubation lab, and we also have a Center for Innovation and Entrepreneurship. So that is where, we got to know about the Cisco thingQbator.
thingQbator is a social innovation program initiated by Cisco and NASCOM Foundation. The whole idea is to upskill the youth in the country, exposing them to more digital knowledge, and also exposing them to the whole idea of entrepreneurship, but entrepreneurship for social impacts.
The startup movement is an ecosystem movement. There are many parts to the system. There is a university component, there's an industry component, there's an industry association, right? A coalition of industry, there's a government, and then there is a whole bunch of others, right?
So through Cisco thingQbator, we met Enable India. Enable India is an organization which has been working towards the benefit of PWDs and specifically visually impaired. And to date, it has helped over 10,000 visually impaired to get computer-based jobs. So we came up with Perception.ai. At Perception.ai, we create content for the modern web-based softwares. So we have courses like Google Meet with NVDA, Microsoft Teams with NVDA.
So now if you're able to learn through a video from an experienced professional coach, and using our computer vision and AI, we're able to monitor if you're doing the exercises correctly or if you're doing the drills correctly.
जब मैंने thingQbator को रियली देखा तो वो सच में एक बहुत बढ़िया स्पेस था. वहाँ पे कई सारे टूल्स एंड टेक्नोलॉजीज अवेलेबल थे, स्टार्टअप मेंटरिंग बहुत अच्छे लोग करते थे. तो यहाँ तक कि जो हम लोगों ने अपना पहला ऐप डेवलप किया था वो पूरा सपोर्ट ऑफ thingQbator की मदद से किया था, एंड दैट वाज अ हिट.
So NASCOM Foundation, through their incubator program, so students usually they have ideas and they don't know how to take an idea and actually build it up into a startup. So through the cohort, the NASCOM Foundation, runs every year, we are taught from industry experts, from mentors, taking us through the journey, from an idea, how do you develop into a product, and then how do you set up a startup and how do you launch that product so that such that users can use it.
thingQbator is what turned us into co-founders. And that is a very small but distinction, but a great significant distinction. Because when we are trying to solve a problem, we just used to think how we can solve it using engineering. But how to create a solution with it and how to ensure that it is a sustainable solution. It actually has some market potential. How do you market it to? Who do you market it to? Who are your target consumers? That is all what the Cisco thingQbator cohort helped us observe through various sessions.
Their role was very prominent. They actually helped us with the mentors and also with reimbursing whatever technical cost that we needed. Like to ship a product, you need a Play Store account, you need domain hosting, you need a lot of things, right? So it was very simple. Whatever you need, you just tell your mentors, they're going to help you.
The kind of mentorship, the kind of structured program, and working jointly with the universities, right? Not just our university, but across the board in the country, I think has facilitated this level of engagement and enthusiasm among the students.
I think it's a combination. It's definitely the problem and the innovation, but we're also looking at we're talking about entrepreneurship out here, right? So we're also looking at passion. We're also looking at the drive that they really want to make a difference out here.
And see how ideas have become real and have impacted lives, whether it's in addressing mental health care issues or helping make sure that education in rural areas can leverage AI and have a better chance for these children in the future. So it's been a real pleasure. I want to thank everyone that is engaged and all of our innovators, and continue this journey.
It's always energizing to see young people doing creative things, take up entrepreneurship. It's always great to see the younger generation move from being job seekers to job creators. Cisco is committed to this journey, and we look forward to continuing this to on an even larger scale going forward.